Hello and welcome to another Watch Report video review. My name is James Stacy and today we're taking a look at the Hamilton Jazzmaster. This is the automatic chronograph. For reference in Google searching, it's model H32656-853. So the Jazzmaster is pretty much well known at this point. One of Hamilton's most successful lines, kind of a range of higher dressed watches and kind of middle range dress and casual watches. Great dial design, a very distinctive case design, kind of spins throughout the entire Jazzmaster range. This specific model is an automatic chronograph. It's 42 millimeters wide and 15 millimeters tall. It's a stainless steel case. 47 millimeter lug to lug actually makes it quite easily worn. 22 millimeter lug width. It includes this black croc strap. It's powered by an ETA 7753, which is a slightly augmented version of the 7750, and I'll explain some of its kind of quirks, if you will, in a moment. You get a slightly domed sapphire crystal. I actually found the crystal fine at dealing with reflections. You will see quite a few reflections given the amount of lighting we use for the videos. It's a mineral display back that shows you the movement, but I'll give you a better view of that later in the film. 100 meter water resistant, so you're not going to be swimming in this. It's not a screw down crown. Like I said, it comes with this very comfortable, very soft crocodile style strap and a push button butterfly deployment. Suggested retail price on this model, which again is the H32656-853. So it starts at 1,445 US dollars. Now that's Hamilton's list price, so if you like this watch, by all means stop by a retailer. There's a good chance it'll list for quite a bit lower than that, should you be the type of person who's actually buying. So what we'll do now is we're just going to take a look at some of the more finer points of the build, and I'll just walk you through the chronograph as well. So as I mentioned before, this specific model of the Jazzmaster is powered by an ETA 7753. There is a few oddities. The chronograph works exactly the same way. Start, you'll see the main second hand will start. It ticks along. You can pause it with another press. You see it stop, and you reset it to 0 there. This is your main seconds hand, so that goes along with the time, the hour and minute hand. 30-minute register at 3 o'clock, and a tiny 12-hour register at the bottom. I don't think this is going to be usable as a 12-hour timer. But in a pinch, I think you could deal with it. It's just you may need to look quite carefully at that tiny dial. The main problem, in my opinion, with both this watch specifically and with the ETA 7753 is the date. I really think Hamilton should have left the date out completely. It looks completely out of place on the dial. It's kind of messy. It's a little bit too large. It almost pushes the 4 out of place. And to actually change the date, you have to use this button in the case side. The date is not crown activated, so you don't just get an option of changing the date via the crown. You have to do it with this little button, which is a element of the 7753. It's not a design that I prefer. I think without the date, the watch would be even prettier and even nicer to wear, and it would simplify the dial quite a bit. And that button is just silly when there's options to have the date crown set. So what I'll do now is we'll put it on wrist, and we'll take a nice look at how it actually wears. Okay, so before we get to the wrist shot, I did want to take a quick moment just to show you the case back of the Jazzmaster automatic chronograph. So as you can see here, it's a full polished case back with a mineral display crystal. If we get in a little closer here, you'll see a nice decoration on the rotor, otherwise fairly bland for the movement. But it's a pretty cool movement nonetheless, and we really like display backs, especially ones that show off some of the additional complexity that you're paying for when you're buying an automatic chronograph. Pretty cool feature. We like that Hamilton always includes a nice kind of signed rotor and some information about the watch as well. So with Jazzmaster on wrist, I would say the word that comes to mind is special. This is really a very special feeling watch. It feels like it costs more than you paid for it. The fit and finish is excellent. I love the mixed finish on the lugs. Means that it's not too shiny, but overall a beautiful watch with just kind of a disappointing date feature and placement in the dial. The dial itself is again a nice finish. You get inlaid dial markers, you get the kind of sunburst pattern for the 2 sub dials, And the overall fit and finish of the Jazzmaster is excellent. There's a wide range. You can go from a 3-hander all the way up to the chronographs. And the nice thing about Hamilton is they can usually be found at a lot of different retailers. So if you like a Hamilton, go into the retailer and actually try it on, see if it suits you. They make a couple of Jazzmaster models in the 40mm range that I've had my eye on for quite some time. The luminosity in the paint on the hands, very weak. It wasn't something I was even going to try and show in the video. As you can see, the space actually dedicated for the lume is almost non-existent. So yes, it's there. It's noticeable for a few minutes, and then it kind of dies out after that. It's not something that you're going to be able to use like some of the dive watches we feature. It's a very comfortable watch. I would say it's fancy without being too blingy, especially on this very soft strap with the deployment clasp. The deployment's very comfortable, thanks again to the strap being quite pliable. We really like this watch. Again, apart from the date, the fit and finish is definitely worth the price that they're asking, and you should be able to get a discount at any of the any popular retailers, as list price generally isn't what these watches are going to sell for. So yeah, for Watch Report, this has been our video review of the Hamilton Jazzmaster automatic chronograph. It's a silver dial model. For reference though, the model number is H32656853. Thanks very much for watching.